Hi, I'm Ben, and I'm here to talk T accounts.
Earl Grey has nothing on these T accounts.
T accounts have their name, and you have probably already guessed because they look like a T. So we'll start by drawing a T. The account title and name go on the top. Then debits, often abbreviated as DR, always go on the left, and credits, abbreviated as CR, always go on the right. So let's look at an invoice example within our spending flow. For this example, we will focus on the operating expenses and the accounts payable postings. The operating expenses post as a debit to $6,100 and a credit to $2,110. Now let's see, what does this look like within a T account? Well, we'll start with the operating expenses and program cost in account 6100. Let's assume we have an invoice for $100. The $100 invoice will be represented as a debit entry and is entered on the left side of the T account. Because the normal balance for the operating expenses account is a debit, the $100 entry increases the operating expenses. Now, incidentally, if this entry were a credit, the operating expenses would be decreased by $100. Now, for the accounts payable entry into account 2110, our $100 invoice is represented as a credit entry and is entered on the right side of the T account. Because the normal balance for the accounts payable account is a credit, the $100 entry increases accounts payable. In other words, the invoice, which has not been paid yet, increases the liabilities to the agency. Now, if this entry were a debit, the accounts payable or liability would be decreased by $100. This will occur once the invoice is paid. So now, let's head back to the training for a more detailed example of T accounts.